Hello, hello, hello. Blank screen of death. Brilliant. Come on. Okay. Now we're streaming. Okay, let's share it. Share it on Twitter. Okay. Ignore previous post. I'm live via this link. Lebink link now. And I keep getting my bloody keyboards mixed up. Okay. Right. Now it seems to be working. Sorry about that, everyone. Let us continue. Okay, it's working. Good. Right, back to the game, back to the game. So the sun's continued to go down. But I'm gonna keep flying. Oh no, is it? Where is it? Where's the sun? Yes, dipping. Dipping below the sleepy. There's St. Paul's Cathedral! Okay. I like to go nice and low. Is that Blackfriars? Yeah, Blackfriars Station, where Tom Cruise broke his leg. London Eye. So I was moaning at people, like, but I don't know if anyone's watching now, but for some reason my stream just shat it and died. Yeah, let's watch the London Eye. The imminent moment before I crash. Right, I went there New Year's Eve. And the Pogues were playing. And oh, so it thinks I'm going to crash, which is quite interesting. So this will be interesting. I can do a quick reminiscence of how I spent the millennium on the other side of that wheel. And I remember a dude from the Pogues said this line like, I bet a few paddies put that up. And it wasn't Shane McGowan. Shane McGowan wasn't with him at that point. They'd kind of split from Shane McGowan. Bloody hell, that London Eye is going fast. It doesn't go that fast normally. It's not London Eye, it's called the Millennium Wheel. That's what we all call it. I've forgotten how to spell. There we go. Oh, spell correct. Spell check saved me. Okay. Alright, shall I survive this one? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, go. London Aquarium, ladies and gentlemen. Seem to have Oh, I've got a logbook. Excellent, thank you. Yep, that was a 9-minute flight. We'll restart, I think. There we go. I think we'll restart that flight. 2 crashes so far. I got all excited about flying to where Tom Cruise broke his leg. Okay. Crashed into the London Aquarium as I reminisced about the Millennium and the Pogues. And the ending of Superman, when he goes backwards around the world and he makes the world spin backwards because he's flying fast around it backwards, and Lois Lane gets unburied. He somehow manages to reverse time for Earth, not for the rest of the universe, just for Earth. I'm sure there's some sound physics at work there. I'm sure Brian Cox could explain it all. There's a London again. I'm not going to crash into it again, am I? Okay. I've got my brother and his boy. They can both fly. Yes, so my nephew can fly gliders, and they're probably wincing. They've already said that Microsoft Flight Simulator is just not as good as the kind of proper flight simulator. Like, this is just some toy game. Right, where am I? Is that the aerosol can? Ugliest building in London, and there's been a few competitors over the recent years. Oh, that's a bit close. There we go. Okay, let's get this under control, shall we? Probably the wrong kind of plane as well. Okay, sun has set around London. What the hell is that? Oh, is that MI5? Chelsea Bridge. We're way past MI5, aren't we? That's over there. Vauxhall. Could have said hello to Q and Moneypenny. Got some comments. Sorry, I've been at my stream died. Hey, hello, one sick Aber and 2 cats. There we go. What do you remember? I've missed this. Right. I had some kind of bother. The stream just died after 1 minute, so I had to get the link back up. Anyway, Flight Simulator. Flight Simulator, there we go. London. Chelsea Bridge. We basically just already passed over the interesting part of London here, haven't we? Right, there we go. Okay. That's it. Nice and smooth. I've crashed twice already. Don't know if you've witnessed any of them. I do find that this game becomes much more dull. Like any real plane thing at night, it all becomes homogeneous. It looks quite good at the moment because it's the magic hour. But, I might change my plane in a minute. Aber, where should we fly? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. This plane was good. I was flying on this plane because I was trying to get above Mount Etna, and this plane was better for altitude. But there's actually a little plane, a little wee plane like Roger Moore's plane at the beginning of Octopussy, and that's much better to fly along. Aber, where do your cats want to fly to? I was thinking Iceland, you know. Bit of Iceland. And it's probably not night time in Iceland either, is it? So that's where I should go. I should go sort of further north into the frozen wastes, just to keep the old the old, maybe the Nordic theme going after Assassin's Creed, even though that's set in England. I had a bit of, like how there's a big thing with Activision. The Isle of Man, yeah, we can fly to the Isle of Man. What, from here? It would take a while, wouldn't it? I could go on the map and have a look. Isle of Man. Let's. You know what? Let's do. Let's go from. While it's still not entirely dark, could do a bit of Isle of Man. Oh, tuna, you'd have to go right out to sea, wouldn't you? Okay, Isle of Man. I hate the nighttime stuff here. Right, there you are. Isle of Man. Could fly to Dublin. Okay, higher up in it. There it is. Okay, there's Douglas. Belfast. Oh, my light went out. What's going on, light? There we go. There's on some kind of timer. Right. Yeah, Isle of Man. At night time. No, not as a rival. How do I go backwards? Right, world map. Okay. I don't want to arrive there. Reset X. Right. Set as departure. So we'll just be out in the sea. Checking out the Isle of Man. I love the idea of... I've never been to the Isle of Man. Actually, Rob, who commented a few weeks ago, he's from the Isle of Man. There we go. Right, Isle of Man. Oh look, it's still sort of... That's interesting. There it is. Isle of Man. I should have changed my plane. I've never been to the Isle of Man. I have nothing to write about the Isle of Man. I decided after just all the stuff about Activision and Ubisoft. There we go, sunset over the Isle of Man. This is all live weather, so this is where the sun really is right now, over the Isle of Man. Didn't want to play, yeah, so I thought I don't really play much Activision games anyway. And but just after all the allegations about Activision and Ubisoft, I just didn't feel good about streaming an Ubisoft game. Can you just go away with your objectives and stuff with this game? Honestly. Right, okay. Thank you. There we go. Right. There it is. Lovely. Let's get the poem off the thing, shall we? Let's have a bit more. There we go. Let's enjoy the view. Gotta say, this game, it's a minor miracle. Like, Xbox Series S is a next-gen console, albeit the cheap next-gen console, the 1080p next-gen console. But God, I am impressed that this game runs on it. Okay. Isle of Man. Where I'd have liked to have gone, actually, there's west coast of Ireland, Connemara, and then like the islands like Achill Island and Inishbofin and Inishark. Those are places I actually have been. Inishbofin, I remember just getting a lift to the pub in the middle of the night with my mum. and my younger sister, and Can't remember if my younger brother came on that holiday or not. I think he did. So, and just suddenly, like, we were driving along this cliffside with just this little rickety wooden fence, just a tokenistic gesture towards, like, you know, not getting killed. And that's when I could smell the booze on his breath and realised the guy just been drinking all day and was now driving me along this kind of like sheer edge on this island, a bit like one of the islands in Father Ted. Not one, the island, a bit like Craggy Island in Father Ted. So this is the Isle of Man. Very pretty. If we carry on going, I guess, I don't know, if you just keep going west, we'll end up in Ireland after this. There we go. Let's fly along the coastline. There we go. And the American poet Theodore Roethke is like a big influence on the confessional poets. He stayed there quite a bit in Ishbofin. It's quite a rugged island. Oh, here's my spooky story. Atheistic me, but it doesn't take a lot to bring up the old lapsed Catholic sometimes. And I nearly walked off a cliff edge about twice, walking along the kind of more rugged part of the island. There we go, the houses of... So that's Wales over there. And I got to like one end of the island and I could see lots of seals and, you know, just on the rocks below. And I was about 21 years old, maybe a bit older, and I really wanted to kind of climb down onto the rocks and say hello to the seals. And then I kind of started waking my way down, and then something in my head went, this isn't a good idea. Like, this isn't a good idea. You shouldn't do this. Don't overestimate your abilities as far as nature is concerned. So I stopped, went back up, and as I came up there's this big iron cross, and I felt quite moved, and maybe I was still kind of more of an agnostic at the time, but I felt very moved to... Where's Douglas anyway? It's a big old suburb here, isn't it, eh? Isle of Man. Is this Douglas? No idea. It's a big old something there. Is that a stadium or something? Who knows? So, I went to this cross, which I just found, and I was just very moved. Maybe I was moved by the whole kind of seals, the you know, there was just something about finding this cross that really moved me. And before whatever powers of whatever the hell I didn't know hell about, I actually said a momentary prayer, as I was still prone to doing. I was kind of still prone to prayer. Everything went a bit weird and green then, as if Jesus was listening to me talking about prayer. And so I literally, in the midst of all that, maybe it's because I was reading a lot of very sentimental Irish poetry at the time, I said a little prayer. I can't even remember what I prayed for, but I kind of blessed myself and maybe did just a little Thanksgiving prayer or something. Anyway, I go down the pub. We watch, I think, Republic of Ireland playing in the Euros at the time, and I think we won the match. And I drink about 11 pints of Guinness. I used to go through that quite easily back in them days and not put on any weight. And then I asked, this is turning into a country and western song, but still, and then I asked about that cross. And they said, well, there are some Yanks, some students, some Americans, who went down to the rocks because they wanted to look at the seals. Honestly, right? 10 pints inside me. I think it's the same guy who was drunk while he was driving me along a cliff edge. And he just said to me, he said, yeah, they went down to look at the seals, and They went onto the rocks, and the tide came in. And then one of them was like trapped, or a couple of them were trapped, and a couple of others went out to rescue them, and they all died. All of them. They all drowned. And so the parents paid to have that cross put up to commemorate these American lads that drowned. And I said, oh. And he said what? I said, because I was going to go down to the rocks to look at the seals, and I didn't. Like, something told me not to, and I didn't. And then after, like, you know, a minute after doing that, I saw that cross, and I felt moved to say a prayer of sort of thanks for everything I have at that cross. The Irishman just, you know, this guy just like drank, went, oh, all right then, fair enough, like that, you know what I mean? Just batted it away, whatever. So that's kind of spooky, isn't it? I think that's quite spooky. A lot of people, there's a lot of tragedy in that island. The other tragic reason why I was there, the reason why I was there is because some friends of my family, and I don't want to go into too many details about my life, back in Slough. Oh, is that an airport? Should I try landing? I haven't landed in this game yet. Should have put the landing gear down. Too late now. Should I put it back up? Oh, okay. Let's see if we can stop before I go down. We're going in the sea, lads. We're going in the sea. How was that for a first attempt at landing? Marks out of 10. I forgot to put the landing gear down. That was problem number one. Could do it now, couldn't I? I think it's the right button. There's the landing gear. There we go. There we go. We've come to a stop. We've come to a stop somewhere just off the coast of the Isle of Man. We're just waiting for a spot to be. As you can see, the sun is setting. Very beautiful. Quite a wonderful place, really, to have put down. Thank you for flying with the airlines and our pilot, who tried his first landing today, which I think is a good effort, a very good effort. Lesson learned. Don't get into a plane with Niall. Slowly sinking. Lovely. Right, where's next? Where's next? I haven't done the landing tutorial, so that was completely done with no idea. I'll do the landing tutorial by this time next week, I think. Yeah, we can't sit here all day. The sun's gone down though. At least witness a sunset there. That was lovely. Right. Main menu. Yeah, so let me tell this grim story of Inishbofin. The reason why I went to Inishbofin, I can't even remember which one of the islands it is. So it's around here. It's one of these. No, it's not. Is it Kilmurvy? Actual. I think it is one of these, you know. I think that might be that one. Yeah, it's above Limerick. No, it's further up than Galway, actually. No, it's one of these. It's one of these. Right, Inishbofin, where are you? That's your Inish Turk. Okay, let's fly around it and I'll tell the story. This is Clare Island. So it must be this third one here. Inish Boffin. Here we are. Right. Is there an actual airfield here? There's a bloody runway. Look at that. I don't remember. This is Inish Boffin. Well, I thought I'd walked around the whole island, but you'd have thought maybe it's, to be fair, it was like 20 years ago. Okay. Set as departure. Fly. This is the island, right? So I'll tell the story about this island. I've told the story about how I was like, I nearly killed myself there. I did nearly walk off a few cliffs. There were a few points where I just walked, and I thought, I wonder what's over that hill. And it's deceptive because it was like a hill sloping downwards, but actually it would slope down about 1 meter. Right, this should be quite an interesting takeoff. Maybe I've got the wrong kind of plane for this one. Here we go. Okay. Let's get me throttle up. Have I got enough runway to do this? It's quite a short runway. I can't even see. Is that fast enough? See, I'm alright at taking off. That's nice and steady, nice and steady. Nice and steady. Alright, okay. So this is Inish Boffin. So the reason I went to this island is that some friends of mine, or some friends of the family, had oh, let's do the landing gear. There we go. Close the landing gear. One of them was a grandmother, and she lived. So she grew up in the area in Slough. Well, she didn't grow up, but she moved to Slough. Brought up her family in Slough, and then went back to Ireland. Went back to Inish Boffin, this island here. And she lived with her 2 sisters, and they lived in a cottage on this island. So one night, and this ended up being a big news story in Ireland as well. A man from Galway was very drunk in a bar, and he was just randomly setting fire to stuff with matches, playing with them. And in the end, he kicked off about something. They booted him out of the bar. I mean, what happened? You know, like, okay. Let me freeze things for a second here. So this is probably the west side of the island, I'm thinking, where it is very rugged. So these probably were those rocks where I saw those seals. So this guy was at a bar and he was burning matches and stuff and just playing with fire and being a bit of a bellend, and they threw him out. It does make me think, like, when you're on an island like this, like, what happens when you throw someone out of a pub? It's not like they can get a bus home, can it? They're on the island. There's not going to be a boat until the next day. So they just booted him out of his pub. But as far as I know, there was no police or no one to really see what he was going to do, where he was going to go next. And what he did, to cut a long story short, is he set their house on fire, these 3 old women, and they died. I could have said that perhaps in a less freaky way, but these 3 women perished in this fire. And I think they'd already had the funeral, but we were kind of like, the family were going back there and we were coming along with them for moral support. And I was a pretentious arty poet twat, rehearsing my poems, not really thinking about the context in this poor bloody family. I was just like on my creative journey. Yeah, and it made the, I mean, the guy got put in, he was jailed for it, but it made the national press. Yeah, it was a really, 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 really horrible story. And unfortunately, I won't name this family, but it wasn't the only bad thing. That this family seemed to go through a ton of bad stuff, and that was just part of it. So it was really tragic. So when I was there, I did kind of fall in love with this island. It was really, really gorgeous, as you can imagine, one of these rugged Irish islands. And I felt really bad. I don't know, but it seemed to be all part of it. I can understand this rural Irish mentality when you're kind of in contact with nature, I guess, in a certain way, where people perish on this island. There was a boat disaster as well. I think there was a few fishermen that all kind of died, like a lot of them in one boat as well in the storm. So there just always seemed to be an element of tragedy along with the beauty of this island. Also, I remember just walking along randomly and then just seeing this farmer bloke stood there, and his trousers were just completely ripped up, and his clothing was completely ripped up. He obviously just stopped caring, and he just looked at me like, and I think I looked back at him and went, yeah. Okay. I'm going to fly to Connemara while there's still some daylight. Which way am I going? If I go east, that should take me to around Connemara. Lots of beautiful hills and mountains. It's just so this has just turned into Fly While I Tell Depressing Stories with Niall O'Sullivan. Let's check out the west coast. I love this part of Ireland. I haven't been for so long. I'm a bit biased, but it's the most beautiful place on earth. Mainly because I haven't been for ages. Why have I got a funny feeling I'm just coming back to this bloody island after waxing lyrical? Might have just been flying around the wrong. No, I don't know. Okay. Connemara, there's a lot of mountains and bogs and loughs, so we can see them here as we fly along. Yeah, I hope they don't let the dude out as well. I've no idea, but just I'm sure whoever threw him out of the pub that night must absolutely hate themselves for it. But what else can you do on an island like that? Yeah, to lighten things up, while I was there having a drink, as I said, knocking back the old 10 pints of the old Guinness, we're staying in a hotel, sort of some kind of inn as well on the island. But I asked that question that everyone asks, every English idiot asks when they're in an Irish pub and it's still open at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, sun's coming up, and you're like, so have you got a late license here? No, we have to close at 11. All right, so what do the police do about it? Oh, we don't really have a police station on this island. But old column over there's in the guards. This guy kind of waves at me. this off-duty policeman waves at me from the end of the bar. And it's meant to be. I go, well, what? So you never shut down? Then I guess you just stay. Yeah, normally. He said, let's say sometimes the police come over on a boat just to check we're closing on time. I'm like, oh, what do you do then? He goes, well, it takes them about an hour. So we can see them come in. You see the little light of the boat coming towards us. Someone tends to notice them. And then they got to moor up, and then they got to walk up. So even if they're only spotted when they're kind of mooring up, someone tends to spot them, and then gives us about 20 minutes of last orders and drinking up time. And then turn the lights out. Anyway, and that does seem to be the rural Irish way of doing things. Even in Cork, even like having a drink in a city like Cork, so many of the bars were closed by the guards, the police. They were just like, the guards would walk in, like about 8 of them would walk into the pub, and everyone would just go like, oh, it's time to drink up then. And then they'd just walk to the next pub. I mean, maybe things have changed now. This is again back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. Where are we now? So yeah, this is definitely sort of the Connemara landscape. Lovely. If I get a bit bored of this, and I did just want to be chilled tonight, I was going to play a little bit of The Ascent, which is a violent cyberpunk game, and it's kind of isometric, a bit like Diablo, another game that I will never play now in this stream until they sort their practices out at Activision. But it's meant to be really good, like the detail of the world. They said the game's pretty simple, but the actual world is really good. The world is really interesting. I'm just going to go full screen with this. That actually there's a lot of little details of this world. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll have a go at that. But I don't know. I'm going to do the landing tutorial and then do an actual live landing next week, I think. Tori Nakuna. Don't know how to pronounce that. There's some kind of river here. A very dried out river by the look of it. Anyway, what a gorgeous part of the world. Kind of barren, boggy. It's like a Seamus Heaney poem, isn't it? I love getting really low in this game. Right. Any other parts of the world we can go to? I want to go further north. I do find, yeah, nighttime locations just are lacking in any visual kind of, I don't know, it's not as fun. Where am I going to fly to now? I've not done a lot of poem writing. I have written some poems. Right, let's see. The problem about flying around the west coast of Ireland is I'm just going to write some knockoff Heaney or some knockoff Kavanagh. So I'm going to find somewhere. Yes, exactly. I was thinking of that. My initial idea was I was gonna. I mean, yeah, I don't want to fly. You can actually change the hours. I don't know why I was gravitating towards Iceland or Greenland or something. My geographic sort of ignoramus. I can blame it on my COVID brain. Like I can't turn the world around properly at the moment. Okay, this way. Right, that would be America. That would be the UK. So it's weird. It's still sort of daylight in Ireland. Right, what's this one? Is that Iceland? I'm so ignorant. That's Greenland there, isn't it? And that's Iceland. Let's do a bit of Iceland. All right. No worries. Kick the cats out. Superman. Yeah, you know the bit. The bit that makes no sense at the end of Superman. Oh my god, what am I doing? Showing my family to the world. There we go. Luckily no one's watching this. So, you know, apart from you. I think it's just me and you. Okay. I think we're in Iceland. I'm so ignorant here. Keflavik. It is Iceland. Good, good. I have my dignity intact. This is kind of part of the world where it's daytime as well for ages, so that's good. Okay, let's begin. Get my throttle up. So just going to be really flat. It's kind of place that if it's real life, it's lovely, but if it's all right, let's get them revs up. There we go. Yep. I've got the instructions here. Okay, here we go. Nice angle there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Smooth takeoff there. I could fly a plane for real, no problem. He says as the alert thing comes up. Every time I sort of say something about how much of a great flyer I am. Alright, okay, chill. We're just going for a little dip, just for now. I know we've just taken off, but a tiny little dip. There we go, right. Anywhere fancy in Iceland these days. Oi. This plane's a bit leery. So Iceland is basically where all the Vikings cut down all the trees. There used to be trees or something, and then all the Vikings turned up and just made it every tree in Iceland into some kind of boat or something. I'm not sure about that. I should try and find a volcano. And that's the town of Keflavik. Let me freeze it for a second. I do like this freeze button. Right. My only problem is I keep on going to the wrong bloody thing. Right. Okay. Back to the writing. Alright mate, chill. I'm going to write now. I'm going to write. I don't know how many trees. Iceland. Nice. I had to go there, sorry. I don't know how many trees there were in Iceland before those honking great Vikings locked them down for boats, axe handles, hut foundations and flat-pack furniture. I'm sure they did so in the knowledge that only a certain flavour of barren would leak a certain melancholy into the soil so that centuries later a Bjork would happen. I like Bjork. I have not listened to a Bjork album for a long time. I think the last one was like Homogenic or something. I think I had a girlfriend who liked Bjork, so I listened to a lot of Bjork. Yeah, there's cars. Very fast Icelandic cars. They just, I don't know what the speed limit is in Iceland, but they don't care. I love flying low. You've got to fly low in these games. These little Icelandic huts and stuff, houses, they're not huts. Kind of proper nice Scandinavian. Look at that, look at that. Everyone's like, I wonder if they're actually flats and stuff, or if everyone's just got a massive house in Iceland. Alright, okay, stop beeping. Very orderly. Some mates of mine went to Iceland for their honeymoon. I went to Borneo for my honeymoon, which was fantastic, but Iceland, I thought would be up. Looks like a nice bit of social housing there. There we go. One of the first things I did was try flying into my own house in this game. Better turn the engines off. How do you turn it? Oh yes, it's left button. No. Right button. There we go, turn the engines off. There we go, engines off. No. And landing gear in. There we go. There we go. Do this properly. Some socialist housing there. I don't know unless they're one of these fancy new builds for gentrifiers. And the I think it is right button. There we go. Switch off the engines. Right, let's listen to the birds. Car. Very peaceful. Okay then. That was Iceland, ladies and gentlemen. That's the third crash of the night. my final words are always like, I like flying low. I like flying low. Gonna change my plane. Part of me wants to go in my favourite little Roger Moore Octopussy plane, but I haven't flown like a proper, you know what I'm saying, like a proper, don't know if I've got the option here. I think you've got to, like, this is on Game Pass, and I think you have to spend extra money on proper big passenger planes. Let's keep going up with some seaplanes. Those might be quite handy for me and my taking off. There we go, Boeing. Yep. Right, departure airport. Where we're going to go from. Let's do Seattle. Nah, Charles de Gaulle. I haven't been to Paris yet in this. Okay, this isn't going to go well because I'm probably going to try flying close to the Eiffel Tower in a passenger jet. Who's flipping this turtle over? I mean, my plane is always upside down when I crash. Yeah, no, you think someone would help me. It's pretty merciless, this game, when you crash. Well, I guess it doesn't show you like having a massive, horrible crash. But here we go, Charles de Gaulle Airport. Right, I've not flown a passenger jet in this game yet. I've only played little planes, which are probably a bit more merciful. One more shout out to Xbox Game Pass. $10.99 a month. There's a meme, wasn't there, where everyone was literally pretending to act like an Xbox shill. Where they would always say stuff like, okay, here we go. Right, I can't do the authenticity. Oh my god, this is already quite scary. Okay. Here we go. Let's just pretend that I'm the only person in this plane. So if I do crash, there are no innocent people that will be coming along with me. Come on. Maybe it's easy. Maybe it's easy to launch this plane. Right, okay, here we go. Landing gear. Alright, during initial climb. Okay, I've got to bring my throttle down. Okay, there we go. Can I go back into full throttle? Oh, there we go. It's pretty smooth. Basically, I could easily take off a real 747, no. But if something happened, pilot fell ill, and we had to take off, I could walk to the front, spring my step. Don't worry, not only did I take off, I took off while live streaming.
Roger, Boeing 747.
5,000 feet. That's tall enough. That's. Can I up the throttle now? Right. So, I mean, nighttime's just boring in this game. Just every city just tends to look the same from 5,000 feet or 6,000 feet. Okay. Oh no, my nephew's watching. Ocean, how's it going? Come on, mate. Right, not over 2,250 below. Okay. Am I going too fast or too slow? What's going on? I knew I'd coax you into the comments by flying badly. There we go. Did you see my attempted landing in the Isle of Man earlier? Ocean. Right. Here we go. It's going good. At the moment, I seem to be going for the Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Edge of Space thing right now. Cool. Keep an eye on your airspeed. Right, so it's about 259 knots, 260. I can stop. That means I'm going down, doesn't it? That means I'm sinking. Okay, shall I lower my throttle? About there. Is that better? Not yet. I don't even know. Unfortunately, I'm on a kind of probably on a 10-20 second delay. So it's something you're probably telling me about. I'm only getting now. That's the problem. Okay, if you're over, you can go above 250 knots. If I'm over something 100, is that 10,000 feet you mean? I don't even know which way I've not set a destination. I've not landed in this. Well, actually, I've not done the landing tutorial in this game yet either. So I thought I'd have a try at a landing around the Isle of Man. I think the first mistake is I only put my landing gear out when I was actually in the sea after I went off the runway. So there was that. YOLO. 10,000 feet. Okay. So only when I'm over 10,000 feet you can go above 250 knots. Okay, well I'm above 10,000 feet. Oh, I'm nearly at 20,000 feet. Look at me. Look at me go. So we can definitely up the knottage. There we go. We're going to get knotted. There we go. Okay. Where am I going? Okay, so this is kind of dull, so what I'm going to do... Am I in some kind of autopilot right now? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, good. Okay. Let's turn around. And let's just see how low we can fly. I did enjoy flying, and I've been mainly flying in the little planes. There we go. That's a good angle in it. That's a good healthy angle for turning a commercial airliner around. 747. They say 30 degrees, but I like to just, you know, give it a little bit more. There we go. Oh, there we go. Right. Look at that. It's like red arrows. Ooh. It's going well. Better lower the speed, eh? There we go. There we go.
124.454 Boeing 747. Poorly approached Boeing Alpha Sierra 747 14,400 feet.
Co-pilot seems to have and the air traffic control seems to have some kind of notion that I know what I'm doing. Oh, has he taken over? Okay, back to the comments.
125.7 Boeing 747.
Plane of big speed, indeed.
747 16,800 feet.
Right. I swear my I was trying to do something a bit sort of like, you know, deadly, and I swear my my pilot took my co-pilot took over there. Yeah. There we go. Passengers are having a great time right now. Okay. 1 second. That would fill you with confidence if you saw that at the travel agent, wouldn't you? If you were booking your tickets. Boeing. Let me do something. Let me just make sure I've got the right screen up. Might as well just, you know, give you guys the whole... There we go. The whole view of my brilliance as a pilot. There we go. Right. Back to it. Thinking of flying into the Eiffel Tower. My controller's very shaky right now. Hear that? Does that mean I'm doing something wrong? Oh, it's nice. Oh yeah, Nick. Very, very relaxing. Anyway, I'm not dead yet, so I don't know. I don't know why I got all these haters in the comments. You know what I mean? I normally, during the stream, I normally drink alcohol and play a Viking and just chop people up and stuff. This is a more refined form of sadism while I drink Coca-Cola because I got COVID. Well, got COVID symptoms. Caught from one of my children. I was very careful. Double vaccinated. Double masking everywhere. Not going in any small shops. Not going in anyone's houses. Not even down a pub. I think I did one pub visit in a pub garden in Brighton because I was doing a gig. Anyway, right, comments. Not dead yet. Famous last words. Okay. It's not, well, you know, it's just very, I've had some very tight shoulders recently, and that really is doing the trick. I can just leave that there. There you go. Nice. Okay, right. I think I do prefer flying in my little Roger Moore Octopussy plane. I can't even. So what's the flight simulator game? Because this is like the toy version, isn't it? A few of my flight sim friends. That's good. These are all the people speaking a language I have no understanding of. You guys carry on talking about all that. I'm going to talk about iambic pentameter. How's that? How's that? Is that good? We're now serving food for everyone, so you can open up your seatbelts. We have a fine selection of meals and drinks, hot and cold drinks, snacks, beverage. Here we go. How's the angle? How's the angle looking? How's the angle? Is he going to make it? Is he going to... Oh, he's back in the air. He's back in the air. So realistic. Upside down again. There we go. There we go. Okay, before anything, let's get that landing gear in, shall we? There we go. I think it's in it goes. And turn the engine off as well, I think. Oh, sorry, right button. There we go, engine's off. We're currently enjoying a balmy winter evening in on the outskirts of Paris. Oh no, I think I switched it back on again. Okay. Main menu. Right, come on, let's read the chat. Let's read the chat while I find the next place to go. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Okay, auto throttle. Okay. I mean, where's the fun in auto throttle? That's the thing. Okay, so that's my first time flying the big plane. Where are we going to fly? Actually, I'll tell you the one I really enjoyed. Flying into Jesus. It's quite tricky. I've got to change my plane. Okay, it's got a little plane anyway. So the aim is to basically, obviously if there's any Christians watching, I think of this as me disapproving of idolatry. More of a Protestant thing, I know. Here we go, ready to fly. What do you think about this on the... This is the Xbox Series S. I think it's running very well. Very well indeed. Okay. Rio. Yeah, it's not as fun of a little plane, was it, as the passenger jet. So it's very, very calm. The sun is setting. The magic hour. Just going to line ourselves up. Line ourselves up to fly into Jesus' face. Fly into his embrace. I tried flying into the Sphinx the other day and went through the Sphinx. I was quite disappointed. I was hoping there would be some kind of crunchy impact. Alright, where is he? Christ the Redeemer. A 4-point roll. I'm afraid we're only serving ham rolls and salad rolls and halal chicken rolls currently on our flight. Just stay for the dad jokes. See, the only disappointing thing about this for me is I'm sober. I'm not saying I get tanked up when I do these streams, but at the moment, as I said, because I'm still feeling a bit COVID-y. Here he is. Okay, am I at the wrong angle here? I think I am. Okay, back out again. Back out again. Got to come in from that direction. It's got to be full on. Otherwise, what's the point? Alright, gonna get that angle. How's your dad doing, Mr. O'Sullivan? I have to properly visit you. Well, when my duties allow, but okay, so relaxing. This is the relaxing music version. Now let's see the angle. Oh, right, okay, here we go. Give me some redemption. Right in the old face. Get our cockpit view. There we go. There he is. Coming in for a hug. Into the arms of my lord. There we go. Stay on target. Is that the back of him? There we go. Trying to get the face. The chest, unfortunately. Okay. He's working. That man works. Yes, as you can tell, I'm working too. It's very important. This all adds up to my career because I technically write poems while doing this, which means I can technically any equipment I use right now to write poems, I can claim my tax. Just water. Right. More like it was kind of the armpit. Okay, you can turn crash settings off. Okay, let's have a look at that. What happens if you turn crash settings off? Is it, do you just sit there, I guess? Or can you like miraculously take off again and bounce off stuff? Okay. Written very few poems tonight. Normally there's a few poems that go with it, but I feel like I'm not playing to a poetry audience right now. Okay. Let's just set ourselves up on the world map first. No, I don't want to do Discovery Flight. World map. You can see the audience I'm playing to right now. Okay. No point flying at night time. Got to find somewhere some daylight, somewhere interesting with some daylight. It's got to be the States. Where's it going to be? Not New York. Maybe the Grand Canyon, something like that. Death Valley. I don't even know where that is on this map. Death Valley's California, isn't it? Exactly, the literature edition. It's the yeah. Okay, that's true. Let me just bring this up. I'm doing this off one monitor at the moment, so let me just go into my mode so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. There is a time of day slider. Maybe the giant Buddha. Where's that giant Buddha in China? Fly into him. There's a few, aren't there? Fly into Parliament. I've already played a bit of Watch Dogs Legion, so there's a lot of opportunities to... what about New Zealand? Look, it's... I know you can do the time of day slider, but, you know... So weird. Sometimes you just got the whole world and you go... It's kind of like being on the internet. Like, before there was social media and stuff like that, let's do Tokyo. Actually, Tokyo was kind of boring. I've got to say... Tokyo is one of the ones where you should fly over it at night. It's more interesting. Like when the internet first came about, it was just web page. There was no social media. There was no interactive. It was just information. And there's that feeling of just like, oh, it's just like most of the knowledge in the world. Where do I start? I feel like that now with the world. Okay. Buzz the Queen. I could finish this off actually doing a bit of a London flight, I think. Back to London. But maybe Buck's house. Ugh. Emirates Stadium, that's where I work. Well, I work at the university across the road from Emirates Stadium. Set as departure. What's my plane going to be? I'm going to wuss out and do the Roger Moore Octopussy plane. This one here. It's the technical name of it. That's the brand, I do believe. The Roger Moore Octopussy plane. Okay then. Flight conditions. And we go. There we go. Much earlier in the day. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. Fly. That's right. I did. That was in the game Watch Dogs Legion, where you can just like burst into Buckingham Palace and just cause chaos. I'm trying to boycott Ubisoft at the moment though, so probably won't last very long. Oh, 10 minutes left, 10 minutes left. Okay, ready to fly. Here we go.
Icon Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is
Right.
type icon 857 miles northwest of London City, 1,000 feet.
Where's London Met?
Request flight following. Icon Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Northhold approach. Squawk 4407. Squawk 4407.
I'm guess-
Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra.
I mean, something here is meant to be Holloway Road. Is that London Met there? I have no idea. Nothing here looks like Holloway Road, does it?
X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay. How do I get rid of all this stupidness? One second. Let's get rid of objectives.
Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra contact approach on 129.405. Good day.
Let's go say hello to the Queen.
129.405 for Icon X-Ray Golf Sierra. Take an approach Icon Alpha Sierra.
Might as well tell the story of when I went to Buckingham Palace and me and a bunch of poets. There's just some. What the hell happened to that building? Okay, and me and some poets got invited to Buckingham Palace when I was about 300 of us, and I. It looks like some post-apocalyptic. It's not quite loading everything in time, is it? Everything looks like it's been ravaged by some nuclear apocalypse. Like every window has been smashed, apart from St. Paul's, which is looking very nice and jaunty. Okay, why is my brain telling me that Buck's house is south of the river when it obviously isn't? Blackfriars. Let's see if we can land in the gardens. Well, actually, one second. Right, crash options. Which ones are they? Are they in assistance or general? Let's have a look. Crash. I'll have to do the funny crash settings next time. Right, where is it? St James's Palace over there. So anyway, I didn't realise you had to go and shake hands with the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh and all this stuff, but you did. You have to line up. And so we did it. There was like a poetry reading. Carol Ann Duffy. Oh, there we go. There's our approach. Perfect. There's them all. Now, Carol Ann Duffy read the poems out like that because she doesn't use her mouth a lot. And next moment, sort of Prince Philip's facing me, and I'm like, oh, it's Prince Philip. And for some, and then these two women who are like these two women I was chatting to decided to introduce me. Get in into the gardens. Okay. That's a bit naughty. I don't want some logbook. Okay. So to cut a long story short, one of these women said, "Oh yes, he edited my book," which is true. I did edit her book, her first book. And then someone else said, "Oh, he was the host at an event I first read at," and it was true. And Prince Philip looked at me and went, "So they all suck up to you, do they?" And I went like that, and then he went, "You should be so lucky," and walked off. True story. Okay, so yeah, that was my Prince Philip, God rest his soul, story.
Nordholt approach icon Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type icon A57.
That American just said Nordholt. Nordholt approach.
Miles northwest of London City, 1,000 feet. Request flight following.
How dare you besmirch the good name of Norfolk. He got it right, Norfolk. RAF Norfolk.
Squawk 041
Polish War
icon X-ray
Memorial.
Golf Sierra.
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact 7 miles northwest of London City, 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger icon X-ray Golf Sierra.
Can't believe that's actually a two-man plane. It's so dinky. Okay,
Icon X-ray Golf Sierra contact begin approach on 129.405.
how are we doing for time? Couple more minutes. I'm going to end quiet on time
129.405 icon X-ray
this
Golf
week
Sierra.
because
Begin
I need to
approach
keep
icon
catching my
Alpha
sleep
Sierra
so that I
X-ray
hopefully
Golf
fully
Sierra.
recover from this bloody virus.
X-ray Golf Sierra begin approach altimeter 29.902 continue as planned.
Oh, why not? I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I've done it once. I'm going to try and do it again. Flying through. I understand really, like people come at this game and play it. If they've got experience of flight and stuff, they'll play it like they're flying. Whereas I'm playing it like the flying in, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto or something. Okay. What the hell's that? Like, what kind of London? I have no idea what that is. Okay. Here we go. Right. I'm going to finish this by flying through between the old, flying through the middle of Tower Bridge. I've done it once. I'm not very good at this, so here we go. Here we go. This is the money shot coming up. I've already failed to do this once. But I will keep trying. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Through the middle. Through the middle. Look, what the... Like... This is some proper I Am Legend type stuff going on here, isn't it? London has just like been hit by some kind of wonky bomb. There we go. Like... Is that Waterloo Bridge? No. Like, what is going on? Like, Salvador Dali. Oh, car just vanished. How fast is that car going as well? To be fair, it's still better than Cyberpunk. Okay. What bridge was that? I don't even know. Right, onward. I really reckon I'm going to cock this up. Here we go. Don't get quality stunt work like this, do you? Every day. Get in. Can't say that wasn't quite impressive. That was epic. Here we go. Can I? Come on. Oh. Pretty good. There we go. Let's turn the engines off. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. No, that was the flaps. There we go. I don't think I can top that. So that was the end of my glorious flight. That somehow landed me safely back on the road of Tower Bridge there. Fantastic. Look at these lads. Okay, I'm leaving it there. Thank you for whoever is watching. Truck just vanished in the background. Another car just vanished in the background. Anything else? Oh, it pops back into existence. So there seems to be some kind of quantum field that's surrounding my plane at the moment as well. City of London, ladies and gentlemen. City of London. Okay, that'll do. I think I'm going to play The Ascent next week. This one here. No. Anyway, I'm going to stop there because I just don't think I can top that. So yeah, have a good one, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a very good evening. And thank you for joining. I wasn't expecting some pilots and some flying enthusiasts in my chat today, so that was good fun. Okay then, I'm going to try and get some sleep now. Have a good one.